am going to be answering one of your art questions about upcycling products to use in your artwork. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. Question. Hi Lisa, I've recently returned to painting after 7 years away, and watching your videos has made picking acrylics back up so much easier. I'm primarily an upcycling crafter and would love to bring the recycled materials aspect over to my acrylic artwork. I have many unused cardboard boxes in my house, and I was thinking of cutting them into 5x7 rectangles, applying gesso, and then using them as upcycled canvases to sell for lower prices than my canvas paintings. I plan to prime and varnish each piece as normal. The lower price would be due to the lack of canvas cost. My question is, how does cardboard-based artwork fare in the art world? Would people actually purchase a painting on cardboard, given it's marketed as upcycled? Thank you for your time. Your videos have had a great and positive impact on me as an artist. Cheers, Melody. Cardboard? Not acid-free, not an art material. I love the concept of upcycling. My dining room table, my coffee table, the stand for my crab tank, my workbench here, they're all made by a local woodworker from reclaimed wood. Pretty sure they all used to be fences. But not all things make for great upcycled items. For artwork, someone who buys artwork expects it to last a lifetime or longer, many lifetimes. Cardboard, not gonna be the ideal choice there. Cardboard's not acid-free. It's not intended to last long-term. It's intended to break down quickly. I think it only takes something like 2 months for cardboard to break down in a dump type setting or in a compost heap. Actually, I think it's less in a compost heap. Point is, it's not intended to last very long. So you talked about charging less and your savings. Let's look at those actual savings. At the time that I made this video, a 3-pack of 5x7 canvas boards from Frederick's, which is one of the better ones, you could even go cheaper if you want, runs about $6 or under $6 on Amazon, which means $2 a piece. And these are archival. Cardboard is not. That means that you can't really ethically sell your cardboard paintings for very much, knowing that they're not going to last very long. And yeah, people may buy them because the buyer doesn't generally understand what archival means, what it is. They just expect it to last. They expect you to know what's going to last. So I'm not sure how much less you're planning on selling your cardboard work versus the work that you've done on canvas. For me, and I'm just throwing these numbers out there on the top of my head, a 5x7 painting, let's say I sell for $200. If I painted that on same thing on cardboard, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable selling it for more than $10 or $15. Now, yeah, people can argue that. I mean, prices can mean anything, but did saving $2 on a canvas make it worth it for me to spend the time to make the painting, but I can't sell it for anywhere near what I can sell the canvas painting for? And before you think, oh, it's not that big of a deal, let me tell you about one of my personal regrets. When I first started oil painting, I thought I was using linseed oil, and I thought, why am I spending so much for this little bottle of linseed oil? I can go get like a gallon of the stuff at the hardware store for next to nothing. Yeah, it's not the same thing. I didn't do my research. Now, this was before we had so many articles and so much information available to us on the internet. I'm aging myself. But still, I didn't do my homework. And what ended up happening, there were several paintings that I had done that were about 11x14s that about 6 months later, the linseed oil I had used turned super yellow. I mean, yellow, yellow. And then these drops, these like runs started popping up on the painting. It was weird because those runs weren't there on the original paintings, but it looked terrible, and I had already sold a few of them. I mean, it wasn't many, but those paintings were ruined. There's no way somebody was going to want that hanging on their wall. It looked absolutely terrible. And I had no way to contact the people who had bought them. They'd bought them at art shows. You know, it's been 20 years, and I still feel absolutely terrible that I sold something that I didn't do my homework on. I sold an inferior product, and my name is on that. All because I tried to save a few dollars. So was it really worth it? I don't think it was, and I think that's the same with the cardboard. I don't think it's worth trying to save a couple of dollars to make an upcycled project. Not everything works well for upcycled things, and in this is one of those cases. And I do not want to discourage you from using that cardboard for different crafts. There are tons of great things you can use with cardboard. I use it all the time for different things, different fancy boxes that I make and that sort of thing. I just wouldn't recommend using it for your fine arts. I have a frequently asked questions page over on my website. If you cannot find the answer to your question there, there's a section where you can submit your own question to be featured in one of these videos. I will have a card pop up here so you can check that out. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, art Q&A videos each Thursday, and artist vlogs every weekend. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. I'll see you guys in a few days.